was one of your ambassador. Yes, I took part in auction, the first auction that Manta took part in parachains. Yes, and also I was one that bought your tokens. Yes, and now Manta won the parachain slot. And if I remember correctly, the conditions was that after 30 days we have our tokens. Yes. What Manta planning when you would distribute your tokens and when you were listing? Do you have any plans about this? Thank you.
Yeah, great question. Great question. So, Manta Network, right? We have secured the parachain slot, but that's really the first step in the entire launch process. Right now, we're anticipating probably about like 1 to 2 months before the full network is launched, and then the TGE will happen after that. And so, if you look at our announcements, for example, the Manta launch sequence number 3, which we just had announced today, right? Like at the end of this sort of roadmap, we have the Manta network launch along with the TGE. So yes, we do plan on launching the token, and we're working as fast as possible on that because the network is coming up online, and there's a lot of different use cases that are starting to emerge. And then yes, we also are thinking about like things such as the tokens itself, and then like looking at listing and we will have a lot more details about that when it comes closer to that time. But yeah, so right now we're looking at probably about like 1 to 2 months before the full network launch, and so that's why we've been pushing so aggressively on all the different announcements and the news and the developments and things we've been working on in the background. Right. So, for example, the ZK NFTs and the ZK SBTs, as well as the MPO, that's been something that honestly we've been working on for a while now as a team. We just haven't really talked about it before. But now we're in the stage where, because we're getting so close to launch, we're starting to announce these types of activities, and we're starting to announce these types of partnerships. So thank you very much for all of your support so far. And we've got a lot of other announcements coming out as well that we haven't really touched on. I think some of the things we alluded to was the airdrops as well. So definitely haven't forgotten about our community members who have supported us this entire time, as well as new community members that are joining in. And so you know both are definitely considered in the airdrops and the ambassador program as well. So thank you for being a part of that. Um, but yeah, so we've definitely got the launch coming up in the next month or two. So yeah,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Yeah, pertaining to the token, yeah, the testnet was incentivized, right? So people who participated, are they expecting any allocation in tokens?
Yeah, really good questions. So testnet 2 and testnet 3 are or were incentivized, yes. And one of the criteria for that incentive was to provide thoughtful feedback in the development of the MantaPay product. And so they're definitely taken into consideration for the airdrop announcement. And again, just as I mentioned to Igor, we haven't come up with an official announcement about it yet, but definitely stay tuned, and we'll be releasing more details about it shortly.
Thank you. 'Cause I also went ahead to mint the giant squid NFT.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for that. I really appreciate it. Glad to hear, we got that support. Cool. Yeah, glad I was able to also answer some of these questions. Does anyone else have any questions so far about all these different sort of activities and stuff that we're doing? I see, looking through just the questions on the chat box, So Trusted Setup and Wizard NFT also have a chance of Manta airdrop. That's a good question. Definitely, we are looking at I think like a good rule of thumb here, because we haven't released the specific details, is that, we are trying our best to accommodate airdrops for community members who have contributed in one way or another to the development of Manta Network, its community, its products, et cetera, et cetera. And so, definitely we wouldn't be here. We completed the largest trusted setup in cryptography history, and that was over 4,000 participants. So that, in order to achieve that record, we definitely needed as much support from the community as possible. And so it's definitely something that we're very thankful for. And there's something that we're mindful of. And Manta Wizards, you guys are a critical part of the community as well, because we want to make sure that we can educate people on exactly what Manta Network is doing and what Manta Network is capable of. And so, these are all things that we are taking into consideration. Like I said, right, just stay tuned for the airdrop details. But yeah, glad to have your support, and thank you. Let's see. I know Paramount continues to try to connect. I don't know if he has a specific question, but they are, unfortunately, it's having some connection issues here. In the meantime, yeah, if anyone else has any particular questions, please feel free to raise your hand so I can also bring you up here. Can everyone hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear
Okay,
you.
great. Okay, yeah, sorry. There was a call that came in that kind of blocked out my audio for a bit. But yeah, so I think that if there's no other questions right now, hopefully everything is very clear. I know we have a lot of announcements that have come out, and there's a lot of activities, a lot of things to do. You can start using Manta Pay. You can participate in the Giant Squid NFT program. We just announced all the work that we've been doing on the ZK NFT and the ZK SBT side. And we'll have more announcements this week about ecosystem projects and how we're expanding the ecosystem. Tomorrow, again, we'll have Mad Crypto and Santiago joining in to discuss, their thoughts on on-chain privacy. On Thursday, we'll be bringing in other ecosystem projects, including AsMatch and a metaverse project, to discuss, how they're going to be using Manta Network ZK SBTs to support their ecosystems. And then on Friday, at that time, we're probably already going to have, or not probably, likely going to have many other announcements that are coming out throughout the week. And so just wanted to recap the week by going through everything new that we announced, and, look at some of the things that we can be expecting moving forward. So, yeah, if there's no other questions, thank you everyone for joining the space, and looking forward to chatting with you guys tomorrow along with Mad Crypto and Santiago. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.